Good morning.
Morning.
Start by telling us your name.
Timothy Wright,
Okay. And what is your rank and branch of service?
Sergeant. I'm in the Virginia National Guard.
Okay. And what's your time in service?
17 years.
17 years. When did you first come in?
January of 2007.
Okay. And could you tell us what is your connection to Southwest Virginia?
Uh, where I was born and raised.
Yeah. Where'd you go to high school?
Rural Retreat.
Rural Retreat. Okay. How and why did you enter the military?
Well, my whole life I've always wanted to drive a truck, and I was at school one day, and one of the recruiters was there, and basically I just talked to him about learning how to drive a truck, and then next thing I know, I was signing my life away,
Okay.
learning how to drive a truck.
What are some of the jobs that you've performed while serving?
Well, for the most part, with being, I guess you can say, with my expertise on driving, uh, I've driven numerous trucks with trailers. I've even driven. I'm actually I guess, not trying to toot my own horn, but I am the senior bus driver for the company. So I drive the bus hauling the troops everywhere.
Okay.
But like from here going to Fort Pickett or now Barfoot, uh, I if they're not if they won't fit in the trucks, then we take the bus, and then they'll still ride the bus, and I transfer them from our barracks to out on posts to the ranges and everything else like that.
Okay. Where are some of the places that you've lived or been deployed while you've been serving?
So I haven't been deployed yet, but I've mainly stayed in the Southwest Virginia area.
Okay. Could you tell us about a memorable experience from your military service? It could be serious or lighthearted.
Well, I mean, like whenever we get new soldiers in, I mean, I take my job serious, and like if I get the chance to, or I'll still work with them. Like we got some guys, they've either never operated the equipment that we have, or really don't know much about it. Therefore, I'll work with them, showing them what to do, what not to do, and basically show them, I guess, a few tricks that I've learned throughout the years, both on civilian side and military side,
Okay.
because I also drive a truck on the civilian side.
Can you think of any specific?
I've been known to pull a few pranks here and there. Uh, Probably my favorite one was from last year, myself, and because I was driving the bus, uh, moving them back from the barracks to the base and everything else like that. But on our free time, we were able to do what we wanted. However, they were on the outside of the, or they were on the inside of the base fishing, and I had to go pick them up, and they couldn't be fishing past a certain time. So the thing is that I didn't drop them off, so I really didn't know where they were. So when I stopped by the security shack, I talked to the security, and one of the officers was fixing to get off duty, and I was like, you know what? I love my friends, so I asked him if he wanted to pull a joke, pull a prank on him, and they were trying to they were blowing my phone up, wondering where I was. It was after the deadline time when they were not supposed to be out there fishing. And needless to say, the security vehicles had emergency lights on them. They were blue. And when I told them where they were, or when I told the security officer where they were, uh, needless to say, I had all three of them scared to death because they thought they were in serious trouble. But I came rolling in behind the security officer about probably 10, 15 seconds with the bus to pick him up. Me and the security officer, we were laughing our hind ends off. One of them had to fish. I think one of them had to go fish the fishing pole out of the water. It was quite. It was interesting. That was probably the best prank I've pulled so far. But we all have a good time.
And finally, what message would you like to pass on to the next generation about military service?
I think you had to ask that question. So, of course, we take the job serious, and you really, and the thing is that if you know something that can benefit others, don't be afraid to share your knowledge on something else that somebody else needs help with. Uh, I mean, I like it. I mean, I've been doing it for 17 years, and I plan on staying in until I guess I can't do it no more. But other than that, I mean, you got to work as a team, and you can't work as a team if you got enemies. You know, you got to work with one. You got to work with each other, and you definitely do not want to think you're better than everybody else because that'll get you nowhere. That's just the honest truth.
Thank you for your time.
You're welcome.